My mother-in-law said sons-in-law weren't real family, so I canceled the $3,200 vacation I secretly paid for. My mother-in-law looked straight at me the morning of the trip and said, Daniel, sons-in-law aren't really part of the family. This trip is for blood relatives. So I smiled and agreed. My wife Lily and I have been married for almost 3 years, and every summer her family takes a weekend trip to a rented lake cabin. Swimming, grilling, late nights by the fire. This year I was actually excited. I took 4 days off work, switched shifts with coworkers, and even bought a brand new smoker grill because Lily mentioned her dad's old grill barely worked anymore. I spent days preparing recipes and marinades. I thought maybe this would finally be the year her mom warmed up to me. But the morning we were supposed to leave, everything changed. I was loading coolers into the car when Margaret, my mother-in-law, walked over. Daniel, you're planning to come? I laughed. Of course, I even brought the new grill. She glanced at Lily, who suddenly looked very interested in her phone. Well, Margaret said casually, this trip is really for actual family members. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? It's tradition, she said. Sons-in-law aren't really family until there are grandchildren. I looked at Lily, expecting her to say something. Instead, she quietly said, Mom paid for the cabin. It's her decision. That's when something inside me just clicked. Not anger, just clarity. You know what? I said calmly. You're right. I'll stay home. You guys have fun. Margaret looked surprised, like she expected an argument. But I didn't argue. I helped them finish loading the car and even waved as they drove away. The moment they left, I grabbed my phone. First, I called my friend Chris. Hey, you still up for that deep-sea fishing trip this weekend? A few hours later, I was on a boat with 3 of my buddies. Then I made one more call. To the lake cabin rental company. Hi, I need to cancel my reservation for this weekend. The woman paused. Sir, check-in is today. We can't refund the $3,200 booking. That's fine, I said. Cancel it. See, the reservation was in my name. 6 months earlier, I had secretly booked the cabin as a surprise for Lily's family and paid the deposit myself. Margaret said she'd reimburse me later. She never did, so I canceled it. Then I sent Lily the cancellation confirmation and turned off my phone. The next day, I turned it back on. Dozens of missed calls. When I called Lily, she sounded panicked. Daniel, where are you? On a fishing boat. Daniel, the cabin people kicked us out. They said the reservation was canceled. Oh, yeah, I said. I canceled that. Silence. You what? We drove 5 hours and now we're stuck in a motel. Well, I replied, I wasn't invited. And since I'm not family, it didn't feel right paying for a family vacation. That's not fair. You know what wasn't fair? Watching you let your mom uninvite me without saying a word. Before hanging up, I sent her a photo of me holding a huge fish on the boat. Later, her sister texted, Can you please fix this? Mom is freaking out. I replied, Sorry, blood relatives only. When they got home, my mother-in-law showed up furious. You ruined our entire vacation, she said. I just replied, I wasn't invited to the vacation. She stood there quietly for a moment, then left. Now, next month is my father-in-law's retirement party. And yesterday, Margaret called and said, Daniel, we'd really love for you to come.